depending upon where you're located in the world. It's me, Zelphis. I'll be taking over for Rawful Lobster as he's currently out and about on the eastern coast of the United States. And so I figured we'd go back into a theme that's kind of similar to what we've been doing lately with D&D. ShadowRun. This is a 2013 release off of the Unity engine by a company called Harebrained Schemes. Now, if you're familiar with that name from a more recent release, which would be the Battletech series, which they recently brought to Steam, I don't know very much about Shadowrun, and I know it's been around for a very, very long time, and much like Dungeons & Dragons and other sorts of like Call of Cthulhu, Shadowrun has a very, very intricate lore setting, to which I only have maybe a very brief synopsis that Rawful Lobster went over with me once long upon a time ago. Now, this game itself came out in 2013 with a Hong Kong release update, as I believe. However, I bought this for myself a long time ago off of a Steam sale, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll get back to it. I'll play this soon. And the 29th of August in 2018, here we are. So we'll step into it. I have played a little bit of it to kind of get the game configured just so. Again, I'm one of those people who likes to have things working right before I try and put it onto the stream, so if anyone's experiencing any issues, audio, video, quality, etc., let me know in the chat, and I'll be happy to pause what I'm doing, figure it out, so we can get a proper stream going for you. Normally I would Q&A Raffle, but he's probably passed out and dead asleep, so let's go ahead and jump right in and create a new character. The Dead Man switch is installed. In an urban sprawl of the Seattle Metroplex, the search for a mysterious killer sets you on a trail that leads from the darkest slums to the city's most powerful megacorps. You will need to tread carefully, enlist the aid of other runners, and master powerful forces of technology and magic in order to emerge from the shadows of Seattle unscathed. Alright, so, interesting premise. I like it very much. I've gone a little bit into it so far, but I haven't completed it yet, so we'll see how that goes. For the tutorial and whatnot, I went through with easy because, again, just fiddly farting around. So let's go ahead and try normal. I know I'm not up to the level of hard or very hard yet. The character creation. Female, male, race. Alright, so again, we've got quite the panoply of things that you can do and create yourself as. Now, what I really do want to point out is all the races have different things and specialities that they're good at. For example, orcs do not have nearly as much into the technological fields that, say, humans do. For example, I know they stop 2 levels below as a decker, than which humans and elves can continue to progress down. Same thing for things like charisma and other such things. But again, we'll get into each one, and then we'll go forward with whichever one I flip a coin on. But again, let's start with Homo sapiens. Humans were the only race on Earth until the Awakening in 2012. Now they find themselves the definition of average, or even normal. They are still the most populous race in the world, and thus control many of the most powerful, moneyed, and important positions in society. All humans have +3 to Karma to start the game. Now, for Karma, that's sort of not what you would expect from a lot of video games, which kind of give you go, oh, this is a morality system. Karma is more of a, you use Karma points to begin to adjust and create your characters and kind of level them up. I'll explain more as we get into it. It's kind of interesting. Maximum stats, body 9, quickness 9, strength 9, charisma 9. So basically int and will also same. As it sounds, we're 9 across the board. Elves. Many people, especially other metahuman races, see elves as the most fortunate metahumans. They are more attractive and socially acceptable than other metahumans. Elves are taller than humans, but have more slender builds. Their hair is usually thicker, longer, and more luxurious than average, and their ears come to a tapered point. Oh, sorry, just a point. All elves start with the game with a +1 to charisma, maximum stats 9. Now here's where it starts to change up a little bit. They're quicker than humans, their strength is the same. Charisma, a little bit more charisma, starting off at 12, 9, and then 9. Next up, we have the dwarves, or Borrowed Bullet's favorite class. Dwarves are the shortest of the metahuman races. To compensate, their torsos and shoulders are wider than their size would indicate. And thus their strength is equal to, and sometimes greater than, the larger races. A side effect of their metahuman nature is increased resistance to pathogens and magic that attacks from within. All dwarves begin the game with a +1 to willpower. Maximum stats, their body begins at 11. Their quickness, again, average of 9. Strength at 12. Average charisma, average intelligence, a little bit more of a willpower. Next up, we have the orcs. Orcs are the fastest breeding race and now second only to the humans in world population. Their size leads to an intimidating silhouette and a body that can take more physical damage than average. Orcs have pointed ears and intimidating teeth or tusks. Again, another +1 to body race. Their body starts at a 14, quickness of 9, strength of 12. Now they have less charisma than humans, which, given with the overall archetype, I can kind of understand, with a lower intelligence but the same willpower. And finally, we have the trolls. Trolls are the largest metahuman race. Heavy prejudice against them has led people to assume trolls have lowered intelligence, but in reality, there is no proof to this. Trolls have pointed ears, intimidating teeth, or tusks, and many horn-like growths than other metahumans do not manifest. All trolls have a +1 to body and a +1 to strength, which is why they have an impressive 17 to body. Quickness, not so great. Strength, 15. Charisma of 6, and intelligence of 6, and an average willpower. So a lot of what goes into this is that you can create however you want for what you're going to have for a playstyle. For the first one, and this is again for our first run through, I'll be taking a human, just because, again, it's the middle of the road, it's very adaptable, it's something that we can fiddle around with and configure how we want before we get into something a little bit more specialized. So we'll go ahead and select that. Next up, now these are the classes themselves. Street Samurai, the Mage, the Decker, the Shaman, the Rigger, and the Physical Adept. We'll go through each of these one by one, and then we'll pick out which one we're going to be going with for this playthrough. Street Samurai. The Street Samurai is a freelance operative who follows a code of street honor. They are learned in the ways of traditional samurai warriors and in the practices of modern combat. Samurai sell their skills for profit and work to take out dishonorable scum that seem to breed in the urban sprawl. Now, key attributes to them will be body and strength or a quickness. Quickness generally leads itself to more dodge-based warfare, but we'll figure that out as we go along. Key skill is a close-to-range combat weapon, sometimes both, throwing weapons, and dodge. You can switch up as you go with the weapons. I did find that the last time I played this. Next up, we have the Mage. Mages specialize in the casting of spells, but that doesn't mean they can't shoot guns as well. Rather, magic is the center of their life. Their spells reflect a pure balance of the manosphere and cover a wide range of magical effects, from offensive damage attacks to character augmentation or degradation spells to healing spells. Key attribute, as you would expect from a mage, is willpower, and their abilities would be primarily focused on spell casting. Deckers use a cyber deck to jack into the Matrix, the worldwide information grid and computer network. By projecting their minds into the electronic world, Deckers can find secrets others keep hidden away. They use programs and expert systems to fight off the protections that mega corporations place in their way. Key attributes being intelligence, key skill decking. Now, this is the one I tried in the playthrough, and I actually quite enjoyed. I found this to be very, very fun to play, and the play style takes place on 2 levels. You have the physical world, and then you have the digital world, which is very, very fun. So I'm really tempted to do this again for the first playthrough, but again, if anyone pops in a chat and kind of goes, no, wait, this is the best, I'll probably fall with that. But right now, Decker is our primary contender. Shamans believe that their magic comes from the great totem spirit that guides their life path: bear, cat, coyote, eagle, or raccoon. Shaman relationships with their totems allow them to summon spirits and command them to do their bidding. Shaman have the skill to conjure spells that mages cannot. Charismatic attributes being their primary, spirit summoning increasing the skill grants a shaman a totem benefit, and other conjuring effects. The Rigger. Riggers use cybertech to jack their mind into and control small robot-like vehicles called drones. Riggers use their rigging abilities to provide surveillance, support, and extra firepower when required. Yeah, I actually tried one of the drones. I wasn't that impressed, so if anyone else can sell me on that idea, I might try that as a second option, but not really feeling it. Physical Adept. Adepts are magically active characters who focus their magic internally to develop their utmost potential, physically, mentally, and spiritually. As adepts unlock new abilities that become honed physical machines, using their magic to enhance their close combat abilities. Think of this sort of like a monk in any of the more traditional pen and paper setups, I think. Don't quote me on that. Again, this is only my second second evening of trying to get this thing to work. So, all right, two really interesting classes come to my mind first: Street Samurai and the Decker. Now, I tend to like playing the characters that are more supportive. I can still do some damage, so I think for this playthrough we're going to stick with a Decker, just because that's more my playstyle. But if anyone else has ideas as to what they enjoy for it, please by all means let me know. Alright, that's a cool image. Oh, it's a face template. We're just kind of going off of... Whoa. Cool. Sort of a Vin Diesel look on that one. I like it. I'm getting a very Mimitar vibe of that. If anyone here has played EVE Online. Whoa, Kano. I'm liking some of these. These are quite good. Oh, that would be Raffle in a heartbeat right there. I can tell you that right now. I don't know. I mean, you know what? Let's go with discount Bruce Willis for this playstyle. All right. So, am I allowed to have hair? Whoa. Okay. I'm allowed to make it custom now. Okay. I'm more on the paler spectrum. Yeah, I could do with some sun. That's more my style. Hair. Hey, let's get some hair. Perfect. Although I kind of wish I could zoom in. I'm having to lean in against the monitor pretty much to see this. Let's go. Whoa. A mohawk to end all mohawks. Samurai plates. Too much hair gel. The military. You know what? A lot of these are kind of weird. I think I'll take the... Where'd it go? Yeah, you know what? Let's take the high and tight. Piss off any Marines who are watching the channel. Alright. There we go. Whoa, Santa Beard. We've got the Fu Manchu. Biker Bar. Captain Rex. I don't know what that is. We've got the English Mutton Chops. Mutton Chops Discount Light. We've got my dad. The testicular hairstyle. Whoa. Alright, you know what? We're going beardless. We're going as a clean-faced urchin. And since I don't have horns, don't have to worry about that. Spending your karma. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma equal to the next increment on that rating. Thus, improving your body from 4 to 5 requires you to spend 5 karma points. You have some karma available now to customize your character. Fair enough. Alright, so body determining resistance to physical damage increases chance to take reduced damage from attacks for every point in body hit points increase by 10. Very, very beneficial. Now, I do want to point something out here where it starts to redline. This is the highest that humans and elves can take the perks for body. Past this point, and then again, you hit, it's like, alright, 11 is the maximum for Dwarven, 14 for Orcs, and naturally, by remainder, Trolls at 17, which is huge. Definitely naturally inclined to being tanks or frontline combatants. Quickness, used to calculate the chances to hit with ranged combat, reducing the chance to be hit by enemy physical attacks. Alright, since we have 8 karma available, I always do this. It doesn't matter what game it is. I always do this. And Raffle and Borrowed and Rudianos will say that this is something I'm very, very bad for. But, since they're not here to stop me, too bad. We're going to up the charisma because I like being able to have conversations. Very important. A new etiquette. I'm taking ShadowRunner because, again, that is what I've chosen. 1 point left. Now, this isn't the most ideal choice. It does kind of gimp me a little bit out the gate. But doing that will help me going forward. So again, my class's primary perk is going to be found in the intelligence. Definitely going to start upgrading that soon, especially decking. Decking is huge for my group. Let's see. I'm not going to be investing in throwing weapons, definitely not in unarmed or melee combat, so we can pretty much avoid strength for now. Dodge is useful. You have to put a point into ranged combat, so we'll keep that for now and confirm it. Choosing an etiquette. Oh, I get to pick a second one. Alright, well, we have a choice of corporate, security, gang, socialite, street, and academic. Now, these open up interesting character conversations from what I experienced during the original playthrough. Etiquette is about knowing how to behave in various social situations. The right etiquette can give you an edge in certain conversations. Choose an etiquette from the list below. Choosing one does not cost karma, and each etiquette can only be chosen once. So we'll go ahead and invest in that for now. Many runners have a street name, handle, or working name. Names like Halfjack or Lady Z. Others stick with their given name or adopt a nickname. Please choose a name for your character. Well, that's a given, because clearly that is the best name for me. Down and out. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're a Nova Hut, working jobs that allow you to eat at a 5-star restaurant. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. A slagging fixer hasn't called, the money's run out, and then some. Sinless and free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your nuyen. Something needs to change, and soon. Alright, let's check out my new dude. Nice. By the way, this awesome guitar keyboard device strapped to our back is our this is how we hack into the Matrix and other components and things in the game, and I think that's really amazing. Alright, first things first. Yep, points of interest. Let's inspect. Slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. In other words, yeah, looking pretty grim. Your computer is state-of-the-art in 2050, broken since 2051. Well, that sounds extraordinarily like me in real life. Apparently I'm going in for dragon art in this one. And a really crappy light. Alright, maybe there's something in the bathroom to check out? No? Something over here? No. Kitchen. There has to be something in the kitchen. No. Alright, let's check our messages. Your notepad, calendar, contacts, that kind of thing. List of contracts. The list is sad, dried up. Center Detroit Fixer, no response. Dowd is dead. Felton Nash, missing since February, dead, probably in a gutter somewhere. Sangoma Runner, dead, retired, or dead. Damn! Alright, well, I don't remember that from the first time I played this, but that's awful. Personal calendar. Whew. Alright, let's put down the notebook of depression and continue on our day. Answer your vid phone. Sam Watts. Screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles, and drunk again, or worse. Okay. Alright, this would definitely be my question. Where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business. Like you, for example. So, why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder why you... Sorry. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are... me. Hey, you remember that Rennicus run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterward? I really had you back that night, didn't I? Dowd. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. 3 years ago, a makeshift bar on the Seattle docks. The night Dowd went down. What a name. New Larry and Sangoma. Is an urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuchi last fall. She's the quiet type, an experienced runner. We're out in the open here, Zelphis. Ready to bolt? Or fix this? Oh, ready to bolt? Nag, not yet. Let's give the fixer another 5 minutes. New Larry, also. I don't know why I keep doing that. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dad never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, Zelphis. It's wet. The rain feels like acid. I want out of here. I get it. Now take a pill and relax. Sam Watts. I'm assuming that's our buddy Sam there. I don't know, Zelphis. Sam's a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday, and now the fixer is late. Smell funny to you? A public place. Cut the drag, Sam. We both know that Dowd went down and it wasn't the fixer or some other paranoid chip dream of yours. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants me to say. Don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. Drink it, Sam. That true, Sam? Did you miss a beat back there? No, Zelphis, I didn't miss a beat. I was on the game the whole time. Remember, I was on point. Knew Larry was supposed to cover Dowd. Also, by the way, if anyone doesn't want me to continue doing this back and forth narration, I'll keep it to my own voice. But until I'm told otherwise, this is how it's going to be. So I apologize profusely this very moment. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Ranraku? How come you didn't geek that guy before you unloaded on Dowd? That's in you fling a lightning bolt, son. You should have burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Hands where I can see them, asshole. Looks like my new Renraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. Yeah? Yeah, probably. Alright, waste him. Alright, welcome to combat. Alright, so again, I'm going to skip this because I already know how combat works. If anyone has questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But let's go ahead and check out what we've got. We've got a guy with a Barrett Model 70. Not much in the way of cover, so let's get to it. Nice, 2 crits. I appreciate that in a fighter. Oh shit, we have only a pistol and a machete. This is not good. Okay, let's take it to him with the machete, I guess. More damage. Plus melee combat, less chance to miss. Go for the finisher. Perfect. And Sangoma is apparently our heavy hitter with the AK. 97, by the way. We can still get a decent hit. Let's go for it. Sadly, the first AK is rather weak. All the starter weapons are, so we'll have to kind of adapt as we go. Ooh. Alright, yeah, let's get to cover and start plinking away back. Not bad. And here's the finisher. Yep. That should be the end of it. Oh, no, it's not the end. I just zoomed in a little too much. Alright. Well, let's go back to cover. We'll take him from the other side. God, that thing's fast. Alright. Cover. A table, not the best cover, but we'll make it work. Do you have any gear? Yes, we do. A Fischetti frag grenade. Let us say hello. Oh, I'm not allowed to use it in the demo. Alright, fine. By the way, it might seem silly for me to be targeting one of the smaller enemies, but they have an ability to really flank around and be a pain in my ass, and I misclicked. Oh boy, that's a misclick. Ooh. Alright, things are escalating. Oh, but he can use a grenade. That's fine. What the shit? Oh, it's a summoner. Well, welcome to your first enemy who's a summons. After which case, regular troopers look like absolutely nothing. But the nice thing is, when you kill a shaman, it seems like most of the time their little summons vanish with them. Take another pot shot for 6. Sad that I'm not going to get that hit with an SMG, so... Well, yes. Alright. 74% chance. Let's try it. Yeah, only 1. Not as good as it could be. Consistent 10 damage, though, is quite... Yes! Thank you. Now, it would be really embarrassing if I died on the first start, but... It's pretty much in the bag at this point. Oh, fun thing about this, you have to actually reload your guns, and it takes one action point during a round of combat to do so. So, for example, 1 reload, 1 move, and now it's off to the next character. Oh, damn it, I didn't realize. I forgot that was a shaman. Perfect. And a good shot to the head. A mage? What the? Alright, you know what? Let's finish this in close. Alright, now we shouldn't miss. Sam's breathing S7, he looks shaken. That was a hell of a thing. You were born for this gig, Zell. Me, not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up, find a nice brothel somewhere, stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Yeah, I'll find a safe house out of town and lay low for a while. Excellent. But now we fast forward to the present. I had you back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name's at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 Nuyen insurance policy, payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification, either works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Merget, and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. Chat? Isn't that a Wayans brother? The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Murgert, and McCain has installed a secure, dedicated phone line, so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on the secure landline access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. Look, Zelphis, I've led a Drek life, and probably lost a Drek corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? Get to the bottom of this, someone will pay. I see I've traded a drinking buddy for a paycheck. It's pretty clear right now. I'd say my schedule's pretty clear right now. Yes. Wouldn't that be something in a game? We're giving you a job, a story, a quest, a shoe-in for the mission. Nah, I've got other things to do. What else? What's available? Just the whole entire game derailed right there. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. If, when my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. The last time I did this, I could have sworn that we were already in Seattle, but I guess not. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for union, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing to the Barrens has for a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. Not the nicest of locations. I'm in the back. The smell of death and decomposition washes over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial-grade antiseptic. Dresden. By the way, this is one of the most happily sociopathic characters I've ever laid eyes on, and he's great. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf, whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job," a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, but it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. I'm trying to think of what kind of voice Dresden would have. Shorter. It's Seattle. What kind of accent would Seattle, Washington have? Borrowed, get your ass in here. Sorry, I didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I'm John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here, so yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? Zelphis, and I'm here about Sam Watts. And what makes you think I know anything about that? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull, and I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about that murder yet. The press haven't caught wind of it yet. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So, who told you he was dead? Sam did. When his heart stopped. Well, let's not put that out there. That's not something we're going to say. Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man's switch, huh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here. Alright, let's get a little follow. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Not my title. That's what Seattle Press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that he is like the original Jack. Our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He, or she, always removes an internal organ from the victim. What prize? Delicious trophy hunter, what was it? And... Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. What about the other lucky contestants? The first victim's heart was missing, the third had the spleen removed. Oh boy. McCluskey. This guy's, a little bit of foreshadowing, this guy's kind of a dick, and I don't mean that in the detective sense. I guess I should walk out there and see what's going on. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of central casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. We have to make him like, oh god, my brain just blanked on the name. The guy from NYPD Blue, he's corpulent with a silly mustache and like side-locked hair. And he was in the Die Hard movie. I can't remember which one though. Die Hard, the second one. He was the police chief in the... Anyway. I'm going to try and mimic his speech patterns for this guy, so if I get this right, please by all means give it a laugh. If not, I'll drop it. So, this is the new Rippervic. Watts. Name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowned. So you insisted at the time? Come on, she offed herself. I had on a very good authority. Let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. The Ripper case is my ticket to lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy, too. So, I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon. Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeon who still uses scalpels anymore. These days, it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. Get no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You notice you... Shit. You notice his superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? Oh shit, I wish I had the strength for that one. I'm not telling that. I'm new in town. You the welcoming committee? If you're new in town, then let me be the first to tell you that I run the show. If you get in my way, well, I'm back here on a slab. He looks back at the door. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell of this box this week, claiming my promotion. Lumpy is right. That is a really good modifier for him. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties, too. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm gonna return the favor. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another $10 million a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. You have honor after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know. But someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career. And wallet. What has McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on the upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are the organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of million, but individual organs? Not worth much anymore. What with the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ Grinders only deals in recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though. And they don't care where the bodies come from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors who learn how to use them in their first year or medical school, as do coroners. But neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible that some of the slimmer chop shops still use them, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay then, I'll go do that. And of course we completed part of our objective, so we gained a bit of perks, so karma. First of all, I'm going to inspect this because I'm curious. Basic medkit, very good. By the way, can we just talk about this great interaction icon where it's like, throw your entire arm out to grab something instead of just reaching up and grabbing it? Sam's body is half covered by the sterile surgical sheet, his face an ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam on several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Yeah, because McCluskey would come in here and have a fit. Look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union. Seamstresses Union. There's something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Cred stick. Standard cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. I'll take that. After all, he's dead. Alright, what can you tell me about the purple shirt? Sam's shirt, several of the buttons are missing and blood is thoroughly soaked in. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. A handwritten note? Part of the note, given the torn off bits and bloodstained sound. Sam, I feel terrible that we argued? You have been blank long, Sam, sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica. Girlfriend, maybe? Alright, so... he wants us to check back here. Alright. I can dig it. Cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat set to 20 degrees Celsius. Opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest, and is sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen. The body seems to be in very good condition. Well, holy shit. Jake Armitage. Whoa, easy there. Okay, let's talk. Who the shit would willingly trust themselves to sleep inside of a morgue's body containment unit? In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temple and some shamanistic tattoo speaking out from above his collar. An interesting combination. Let's see. I stand corrected. This is more Ruffles' look. trying to think of a voice for John or Jake. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, I didn't expect you to be so alive. Yeah, Dresden thinks he's pretty funny. You're not the first person he's pulled this one on. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? I'll ask the questions. What were you doing? Going full Batman on him for a second there. I'm looking into the death of Sam Watts. The coroner seems to think you can help me. Sam, huh? Glad somebody cares. Used to drink together every now and then, over at the Union. Decent enough guy, always in trouble for something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John! Sorry, I can't. I'm trying to imagine how to rasp and growl and yell at the same time. John! John! I can't do it. Forget it. Yeah, he's on the level. Working for Sam, I believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses, might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell from those shades. Alright then, the name's Jake, and you are? Nice to meet you, Jake. I'm Zelphis. And well-mannered, too. Such a rare thing in this city. Well, it sounds like you're taking it like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. I might not be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night. The night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging around at the Seamstresses Union that night. Tripped out and rowdy. I've been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Miss Kubata asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But now in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. Damn, maybe I need some Zorcaf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now, what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Well, if that doesn't throw you off a meal. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's this big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't go exactly according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit on my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him. Till he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You've done this before? Great, so you know anything about his death? Do you know anything else? I know they found his body a block away from the Union, just lying there in broad daylight. That's the Barrens for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glass. Shame, though. Wish I'd been there. If those slagging gangers hadn't come along. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leader's got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyed you up and down, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? I don't work for free, fight I get paid in Union, not tours. It's nice to have someone watching your back out there, assuming you can trust them. I get it. Gotta be careful in this trade. I'm not wanting to go back on a deal, though. John can vouch for that. Plus, you know where I'm hiding out, right? Doesn't leave me a lot of room to sell you out. What do you say? I do like a little bit of street justice now and then, Jake. Count me in. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with the Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers. But this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you've made it to the morgue in one piece without packing some heat. Dresden yells over. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? You got a rifle? An AK-97. Not bad. You don't like library windows, do you? Never mind. Here's a rifle you can borrow. I know that's referencing something, but I'm so sleep deprived right now, I have no idea exactly what he's referencing, so if anyone else would like to fill me in on that, please help kickstart the old cerebellum. So, ready for an evening out on the town? Let's see. Tell me more about these gangers. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners and the Barons looking for me. We take him out, maybe I can breathe a little bit easier. If you're buying. Hey, I already provided the party favors. You can leave whenever you're ready. Fair enough, I want to loot these 2 containers and talk to Dresden one last time. We've got Doc Wagon, basic trauma kit, which is basically this game's equivalent of a revive option. And a basic med kit. With our lower level, it's not going to really be a problem for basic, advanced, etc., but they do get pricier the further up you go. I can't talk to him, there's nothing left to see, so let's head outside. Oh, actually, before we do that, we should level up. Alright, karma points. Let's go ahead and start getting our rifle skills up. Rifle and dodge, because extremely important not to die in this. More karma available, and off we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and head outside. See where the travel takes us. Oh god, I hope this guy doesn't have a lot of voice lines in this game, because this is killing me. The Redmond Barrens. Run in the Seattle Sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. Doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. My stash is just around the corner in the alley. Fair enough. Does the bus stop here? Well, mister, you're parked right in a bus stop, so I think so. Okay, I can apparently scare the birds. Interesting. Looking for a date, honey. Sorry, I'm not interested in future, whatever this is. He actually hid the... he hid all the crap right there. Fine. Hidden in the garbage-strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader up front. Open safe with Jack's mag card. The smooth hiss the safe opens to reveal a collection of gear that is a perfect match for your skill set. Cool. Locked and loaded, and company. And they're moving first, apparently. 5 damage. Whoa! Yeah, let's get to cover so the range doesn't pick me off. Yeah, this is going to be a slow plunk shot. Well, whoa. Oh, that's right, this is just still level 1 kind of things. We're not... Now, one thing you'll notice about the game as we go forward is that cover systems do actually have an effect on how the game is played, as you can see. We're probably less than 10 feet away from one another, but percentages do count. It's not as bad as XCOM. By all means, nothing is that broken. So things that actually have a higher percentage value, you do actually feel it as you're going through and playing the game. This opens up, this is universal by the way, this will open up any of the special abilities you've unlocked for a character, so since he has shamanistic abilities, he's going to have heal wounds, he's also partially a mage, so he'll have flamethrower and aim up, increasing the target's chance to hit by 12%. So again, Jack's only armed with a pistol, whereas I'm armed with an AK-94, 97, I forget what it is, I'll see in a minute. So arming up me versus him is far more advantageous. And we still have some action points left over, so let's take a pot shot at 96% chance. And he still nicked me a little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and adjust over for an aimed shot. As you can see, the percentage has changed. Ooh, and we crit for 15 damage. Not bad. So, welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to make a new spot to hide my gear. Oh, good, dead drops are so hard to keep. Well, at least they're too dumb to break my maglock. Now, that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. Let's see now. Who's this? A worried man. The man before you appears well-mannered but nervous. Excuse me, sir, I don't know you, but it looks like you can handle yourself in a fight, and we need some help. Calm down. How can I help? Thank you. Some thugs are shaking down the market we set up here. It's been getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them forever, but no one will stand up to them. And Lone Star isn't going to about to get involved. And where's this market of yours at? It's down the street, sir, please. Our livelihoods depend on this market. So, down, or that would be it? Let's talk to this person first before we go any further. By the way, I will not do any of the voices in a mimicry of a female voice. Not even on my wildest days could I possibly be able to mimic that sort of pitch. Her clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business, but I wouldn't go that way. I love these. This is reminding me of Mass Effect right now. Paragon, middle of the road, and Renegade. Why? What's going on? Just some Halloweeners stirring up trouble again. She points to the south, so definitely that way. They rode in this morning on this fancy bike, set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone that wanders past. Typical. Well, odds are, those are the guys we're after. Anything else you need to know about these gangers? Well, their leader's a big old troll named John Paul. Real piece of work, even for a wiener. Sorry, hollow wiener, not that. Yeah, that's him. Sounds like a friendly bunch. Are you going to be safe out here? You think I'm dumb enough to get caught out in the open by one of those assholes? Nah. I know these streets like the back of my hand. Worry about your own skin. Well, thanks for the heads up. Null Sweat? Interesting. Commerce is like a weed, taking root in the cracks and crevices of the world wherever it can. A small street market has flourished here amidst the crumbling buildings of the Redmond Barrens. But we barely have anything left. Not my problem. Pay it by morning or else. You know, I have a buddy who looks just like this, barring the freckles. And the tats. The thug attempts to use his bulk and hideous breath to intimidate the shopkeeper. The old woman is holding firm, but you can see the thug's patience fading fast, and he looks like he's about to start breaking things. Alright, let's see. Let's see. He seems like he'd be more of a drunk. Who the hell are you? We can't use etiquette or strength. I heard about you. Why don't you piss off? You ain't a Halloweener. Why don't you buzz off? Because I'm sick of gutter punks like you. Because I'm sick of gutter punks like you. I knew you were looking to cause static. Dash, ice this guy. Fragging dead. Alright, so we've got one behind and one to the front and not a lot of cover. Let's take cover. He's got a bigger gun, so more of a threat. Oh, that's a mage, actually. That's a much more important target. One good aim shot should... Okay, stand corrected. Not much of a threat. The hell was that? Let's hit them with a flame hit. Not the most effective. Yeah, but we can definitely up our aim. And again, we're still really low leveled, so we're only going to have maybe... Oh, shit. By the way, shotguns in this game are meaty as hell. They have really good sound and effects for damage, especially the later on we get, and the bigger they get. I actually worked with a runner that had a huge shotgun, like at a really early level. It was ridiculously overpowered. Let's take down this thug first. If we can. If we can, Jack. Okay. Still not enough for a range shot yet. Can't use a grenade, I might hit that person. Well, shit. Alright, since he's not very good with a pistol, let's continue using our mage abilities. And toasted. Oh, we gained a karma from that. Mrs. James, I cannot thank you enough. I hate to see such bloodshed, but those men would not take no for an answer. We simply want to make our way in the world. Please, at least we can do. Well, we do need money, but let him keep it. Alright, so we have 1 karma to spend. Not many options on what to spend it on, so we'll hold off on that for now. I definitely want to see the end of the Halloweeners, whoever these people are. Watch out for the gangers. Yeah, that's a good advice, I'll take it. Halloweener, that's such a stupid name for a ganger. Hey, asswipes, take another step forward and we're gonna plant you right there. This is Halloweener property now. This is one of the 2 that got away. If I hadn't missed my shot, these idiots would have given up and moved on by now. Wait a minute, you're rolling with Jake? Bad idea, chummer. The Halloweeners are collecting that bounty. And killing you? Well, that's a nice bonus. Probably not the most advantageous thing to say to someone who's holding an assault rifle, but hey. Oh, my health is not the best though, so let's back it up a little bit. Oh, fun fact, in this game, if your main character dies, whoever you're playing as, doesn't matter how the rest of the party is, or if you've got revive kits, it's game over. So, yeah, fun with that. Alright, mage, sentry, primary target. Let's drop some heals on our primary character. A whopping 6 health, but at this level, anything is helpful. Roast this person a little bit. 12 damage, not bad. Shit, I should not have said that. Protected with armor, that's a miss. Ooh, shotgunner though. Shotgun or mage, Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. There we go. Every single buff we can get away with, we should probably take. Okay, crit for 20. I guess that's the perk of having a revolver. Or it's scripted. Yeah, it's probably scripted. You're dead, Jake! You're dead! Sends now, or, sorry, his voice. This ends now. Forget it! Oh, it's just the day for crits, isn't it? Can I crit with a heal? I don't know, that's quite the disparity, and I'll take it. Have some fire. Whoa. That is one angry mug. John Paul Bunyan here. Whoa, Uncle, I was just playing with you. I'll call off the rest of the Halloweeners, Jake. Call it even, yeah? What do you think, Jake? God, it's getting hard to do this voice. Hey, I'm already at shoot people on side status with these guys. Killing John Paul means one less wiener to shoot at me in the back while I'm buying smokes. Hell, they'll be doing the same to you as soon as there's a profit in it. You're right. Let's finish this. Also, Drek is apparently their version of, well, you guessed it. How'd you miss a target that big? Okay. Deal with them. They're done. So we've finished our obligation to Jake, so he should be able to take us to over there. Also, I love all the little detail in all the shops. The skeleton. You never know if any of this is going to come back later. The tail and ale. It's like a diamond shop. Drinks. Native American totem pole in this corner. Interesting. What tale do you have to tell me, Bobby? Hey, it's Steve-O with a tattoo. Oh, man. I can't do a Steve-O voice. He's got too much of a rasp. That would actually gut my larynx. Hey, chummer. Got some tasty morsels for you. Just what every well-dressed Shadowrunner should have in his back pocket. Let me see what you have. Kamikaze, a combat stim that increases body +2, strength +1, and willpower +5 rounds of combat. But 50? Nah. I'm not really big on the drug scene in this game yet. I don't really see the benefits. Dan the Donut Man. What a great name. The smell of fried food, powdered sugar, and slightly burned soy calf is already... Ew. What happened to real caffeine? It is almost enough to overpower the dusty sewage stench of Redmond streets. The troll working the stand is covered in food stains older than he is. What can I get you, chummer? I'll take a jelly donut and a soy calf, that's for damn sure. See the murder in the alley across the way? Nope. I was closed when it happened. But hey, it's the Barrens. A back alley killing's nothing new around here. The only reason the cops are making a big deal about this Ripper business is that some of the victims are real people. You know, folks with sins. So what can you tell me about the Barrens? The Barrens? Hell, if you have to ask, you probably shouldn't be out here. This stretch we're on is called Touristville, though, and I suppose it's the closest thing around here to respectable. Fewer muggings, and you might even survive drinking the water if you're lucky. Wouldn't recommend it, though. Now, behind me, that's the Seamstresses Union. You want drinks, drugs, favors, or information around here? The Union's your spot. Hell, that place is the reason I'm in business. Folks get the munchies when they party. Miss Kubata owns the joint, and she's quality. A hard woman, but fair. Alright, see you around. Alright, so... yeah, let's go figure this one out. Also, I love how he kind of clipped through the wall there. That was interesting. Jake, as you approach the scene of Sam's murder, Jake spies the flashing red and blue lights up ahead. Whoa, hold on a minute. Lone Star isn't above collecting on a corp-issued bounty. And the one on my head isn't going away anytime soon. Sorry, friend, but I think this is where our paths diverge. Thanks again for the help with the Halloweeners. Here's your payment. They don't take me in where I'm going, and you look like you could use the funds. What, you want a hug or something? That is a great response to someone you just met. Sounds too needy. Call you're in the clear. Yeah, sure. Hey, one more thing. When you're done checking out your pal's crime scene, pop in the Seamstresses Union. It's just down the street. If you need gear, information, or just a damn stiff drink, that's the place to be. Best dive this side of Chicago. I used that place as a base of operations for years back in the day. Make the right friends there, and I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of this Ripper business. Well, nice knowing you. Jake turns and disappears in the shadow depths of Redmond Barrens. By clipping through the buildings. William? Cop. What do you have to say for yourself, William? The bright yellow police tape cuts through the darkness, directing your eyes to the white chalk outline and dark red stain marking the slab of pavement where Sam Watts died. Standing at the entrance to the alley is a Lone Star officer. The cop looks cold, hungry, and irritated at the homeless man who's currently pestering him. I keep telling you, I need to get my stuff from the alley or I'm going to die in the cold tonight. I've been trying to explain to you that this is an official Lone Star investigation and I can't let anyone in here. Hey, I got rights! Look, you sinless garbage, I've got a job to do. Find a new blanket, or I'll have a reason to use my stun baton. Typical, I hate you pigs. And he booked. Now what? Well, I'm here to check the site for spectral DNA. That would be a good bluff. Item, long night. Hey, look cool. So I picked up a donut, some soy calf for you. You can head back to Vis. You know what? I'm not too sure. I don't feel about bluffing that. So let's go ahead and give him the soy calf and donut. Hey, thanks. The officer's face lights up as he takes a sip. He seems pretty trusting for an officer of the law. You know, when my dad was a cop, this is back when cops actually worked for the government, he said folks would buy him coffee all the time. But I ain't seen it till now. So, what can I do for you? Actually working on the dead man to help find his killer. A little too blunt. I don't think that would fly. My pleasure. I'm here from Internal Affairs to review the okay, I'll take that bluff. Sure, dig in. I certainly wouldn't mind those guys getting taken down a peg or two. Man, do they put on airs if you know what I mean. Best bluff ever. So what's this? Amidst the shards of glass from the broken lights, you find a small piece of glass which looks like the bottom of a test tube. It's interesting. This looks like the coat and blanket that the old man was trying to get back. Let's examine it for evidence first before we touch anything else. As you shuffle the bundle of cloth to the side, a printed receipt falls out from beneath the folds of the blanket. It's a bar tab receipt on the Seamstresses Union dated 2 days ago at 3:02 a.m. Right around the coroner's reported time of death. The customer, Sam Watts. The server's name is listed as Coyote. Pick up the coat and blankets. So I'm going to give those to him. This work light is new. You can see that all the alley's normal lights have been ruined. Upon closer inspection, it seems that they've imploded as if some force shattered them all at the same time. There are 2 distinct sets of footprints, a human's ending at the chalk outline and a larger set, possibly orc or trollish, following just behind. Alright, now this is where camera angles get a little shitty in this. It's like if something was hidden back there, I'd never be able to find it. Also, totally walking over the crime scene, not being very useful, am I? Let's give Wilhelm his coat stuff. The streets have not been kind to this man, but they've also hardened him. This man is clearly a survivor, the one wrestling with the onset of age and arthritis. You, I saw you over there with that rat bastard cop. What do you want? I think this coat and blanket belongs to you. My stuff! Mighty decent of you. Don't see that kind of thing too often out here. Know anything about the murder that took place here? He squints at you suspiciously. You a cop? Or working for some corp? Just a freelancer, and I need to ask you some questions. Good. I never tell those cops and salarymen nothing. What do you want to know? Did you see the murder? Nope, and I can't say I'm sorry I missed it. I was hauling crates for Mrs. Jameson at the market. Can't carry as many as I used to, so I took a while. Got back here in time to see a couple of tourists puking all over my home turf, but then that jerk face in the uniform had already set up shop in my alley. So, it sounds like you live in this alley. Sure, for the past couple of months I've been sleeping there. But I spend my days out doing odd jobs for the street merchants or panhandling tourists over at the Seamstresses Union. What did you see that night? Well, you know, early in the night I saw a big and ugly troll in green hospital scrubs snooping around the block. He bought some donuts and 2 cups of soy calf off of Dan over there. Seemed nervous. He did everything with his left hand because his right was all screwed up with some cyberware. Can you tell me more about the cyberware? Well, it was big. I think it must have been hospital attachments because I saw some needles. It was a lot like you saw back in 44 when I got captured by elves. They did all sorts of experiments on me, let me tell you. Never trusted one of them cyber people. Okay, now we're back into the land of delusions. That's all I needed to know, thank you. See you around. I like how they threw in the, like, back in Nom. Like, kind of... Oh, so we need to talk of Dan the Donut Man. What a name. take a jelly donut and a soy calf. You sell donuts to a troll wearing scrubs last night? Maybe. What's it to you? I sell a lot of donuts to a lot of people. I don't know how Lone Star profiles metahumans. Oh, I know how Lone Star profiles metahumans. I'll tell him about a troll that bought donuts from me right before a murder. They'll haul him in just to see if anyone will pay the bill. Not today, my friend. By the way, my ability to read is dropping as I get more and more tired, so bear with me, folks. The dwarf merchant is packing up her stand for the night. Closed. Come back tomorrow. You've got a great view of that alley across the street. Don't suppose you saw the murder that happened there? Sure. I was closing up when I heard a series of explosions from behind the Union. A couple of seconds later, this guy comes out, runs across the street. Didn't get a good look at him. Then all the lights in the alley exploded all of a sudden. Things got pretty quiet after that. Yeah, thank you for your time. No problem. Anything worth investigating? Nope, just more null zones. I get the sense we're supposed to be going over this way, huh? NERPs? Wait, what's a NERP? I have to know. Buy them at your local... What's a NERP? We're going to find that out later, I hope, or I'm going to Google it. Anything up here? Looks like crap, and more crap. Guess we're going in... Whoa! You're about to leave the Barrens and enter the seemingly... let's go. The Seamstresses Union. Relative to the rest of the Barrens, Touristville is a neon-clothed oasis. As hard as the Seamstresses Union. Housed in an old brownstone building on the corner of Illegal and Opportunity. What great street names. Bums huddle together, gangsters strut the streets, and occasional salaryman comes slumming. The Union building has been retrofitted, rebuilt, and restored so many times that it's like an aging starlet, wearing too much makeup in an attempt to stay young. The wild ivy growing out of the gutters adds to this effect. As you enter, the murmur of hushed conversation washes over you. The dive-bar denizens raise their heads, take your measure, and then go back to their business. This is the kind of place where everyone knows your name but keeps it to themselves. Find and question Coyote. Cherry Bomb. The bartender is a striking elf, sporting a perfectly toned body, perfectly pouty lips, and perfectly tapered ears. Her eyes harmonize "Save Me" and "Take Me" in equal measure, hitting just the right notes for the maximum extraction of tips. Hey there, I haven't seen you here before. What can I get you? Yeah, I'm sure a bartender hasn't been hit on a million times. Something dirty in a clean glass. From the looks of this place, probably get anything I want. Found something dirty in a clean glass. Ooh, a hard case. I like that. Okay, hard case. I'll get you something stiff. Starts to turn away when a man with the face of a survivor and the zeal of a convert tugs at her arm, hard. It's clear the two have a history. They try to keep their voices low, but the intensity of their conversation makes them easy to overhear. Shane. Not sure if I'm able to do a voice for this guy. Sure, you have to listen to me. If you stick around here, you could end up dead or worse. The Ripper is out there and he's real. That last killing happened just down the block. And now Coyote's missing? They'll probably find her tomorrow in a dumpster without her head. Come on, Cherry Bomb, think. I think plenty, Shane. I'm getting I'm getting a PH freaking D from UW in neuroprosthetics. Studying under Alright, if anyone in chat can help me with this name, I'd appreciate... Ojimans? Oje... I'm going to take a stab at it and go with the French. Ojimans? And how am I paying for it? Bartending tips. There are faster ways for a Baron to earn that kind of scratch, but I'm not taking them. So what do you want from me? I want what you want, a better life, a better world for everyone. The Universal Brotherhood can give you that. I've heard all this before. This isn't some trick to get us back together. Things are different now. I'm different. The Brotherhood... Cherry Bomb's pretty face is hard, armored in lipstick, and low expectations. I love the writing for this. Whoever did this deserves a pat on the back. The Universal Brotherhood is for other people, Shane. Rich Bellevue types who can afford their membership fees and voluntary donations. This isn't about money. It's about binding the world together in brotherhood. Come with me. Attend a discovery meeting. Get to the core of who you are. I heard Lynn Telestrian give a talk last night called The New Family of the Sixth World. I've got a family right here, Shane. They're drunks and lowlifes and whores, and I'd suppose them over any of your Brotherhood members. Now, Buzz, I need to get back to work. With body language that leaves no question to the conversation being over, Cherry Bomb turns her back on him. And off he goes. Pretty spry. Sorry, I got interrupted. I heard he's... Sorry I had to go through that. Sounds like you have big plans for yourself. Yeah, I do. Can't stay here forever. You're not just here for the entertainment. Are you a badge? Do I look like a cop? Nope. Didn't think so. You look like a runner to me. We're trained to spot a bronze the minute they walk in here. Something I can help you with? Well, I have a few questions. Tell me about this place. Some come here for booze, some for companionship. Others are looking for something they can't get anywhere else. If it's illegal or immoral, it can be bought, sold, rented, or consumed. You can probably find it here. The Union seems to attract people like you. Whoa, hold on. I'm just a ShadowRunner. Don't get after me. Who was that you were talking to? Shane, old boyfriend who used to work here. Then one day he saw a billboard for the Universal Brotherhood, and that was that. Went to a meeting, made new friends, moved in with them. I was happy for him until he started coming around trying to recruit me. I don't need that, Drek. Let's see. Ever hear the name Sam Watts? Sam was a regular customer and a regular pain in the ass for as long as I've been here. Talked a big game, but he always broke. As soon as he got any money in his pocket, he went straight to his head. Chips, drugs, or booze. Coyote had a soft spot for him, though. Did you see Sam here on the night he died? No, that was Coyote's shift. The guy mentioned Coyote. Is she here? She looks worried. No, I think she's away on business. Business, huh? Is she a shaman with a name like Coyote? No, she shot a coyote once, thinking it was a shaman who double-crossed her. Oh, don't tell me shamans in this can shapeshift. That's too good. We've been calling her Coyote ever since. That's great. She's been missing for a couple of days now. Some people think the Ripper got her, but I know her. Coyote can take care of herself. Who runs this place? I want to talk to him. That'd be Miss Kubata. She's in the back room. You can't miss her. Alright, I'm not sure if this is like whiz or like someone trying to say wizard? Like, again, I'll have to Google that. Thanks for the intel. I appreciate the help. Gutter punks have to stick together. Amen. That's not how Coyote does it. Eric Mersman? What do you got to say for yourself, Eric? Some extra outfits I'm trying to unload. You want to first do? I'll take a look. Alright, so 750. I've got 1280. Plus 4 armor's not bad. Grants an HP of plus 3. Plus 1. To dodge. Armor 3. The tourist. That's interesting. Grants intelligence. Didn't expect that. Stellish Runner. Close directly Shellashide. Grants charisma plus 1. Thaumaturgic armor. Willpower. Armor 2. Secure. Yeah, not really seeing anything in this. It's really... I could spend the credits on that, but I don't have them to spare. But something we can pick up the next time we come through this main hub area. What are NERPs? What are you holding? Jin Parks. Why do I get the feeling... Jin Parks. Asian woman's expression reads open for business, but her demeanor reads dealer rather than companion. She has a jack on her neck and a gun on her hip and a chip on her shoulder. She eyes you with a sneer. You look like you could use some firepower. Something simple. I got guns so smart they practically fire themselves. You looking for tech? Yeah, I can get the rest of that too. If that's the way you roll, show me what you have. Pistol. Pistol. Street sweeper. AK. I can't afford a drone yet. Grenades, grenades, grenades. I will take one of these though. Never hurts to have an extra medkit. Mr. I don't know. Cluey? Cluey. Well, that's what I'm going to say. Cluey. Post at the door to the VIP section is a tower of troll muscle wrapped in an impossibly tailored suit. Whether the product of good genes or expensive aftermarket cosmetic work, the troll's gleaming horns perfectly frame his face, and his polished tusks and goatee accentuate the set of a lantern jaw. Welcome. Please behave yourself. Yeah, I'm not going to start a fight with the dude who, like, outmasses me 3-1. Will do. You get trouble in here often. Hard muscle. Funny. Funny place for the architects to put a wall. How to get yourself thrown out of a bar real friggin' quick. Will do. You get trouble in here often? Nothing a stern look can't usually solve. You have business here? I was a friend of Sam's. Know him? Sure. Yeah, everyone knew Sam. Shame to lose a part of the family. There's a sharpness in Chloe's eyes, and the look of a man who has seen much and earned wisdom at a young age. I figure Sam was the type who needed to be thrown out on occasion. That's not wrong. You ever have to toss Sam out on his ass? He's being very kind. Encouraged to call it a night, I'd say. Sam was a drunk, but he usually wasn't a violent one. That's fair. I've known a few violent drunks there. They'll suck the life out of any party. He was a bit agitated. Didn't catch the specifics. Might have been over a woman. Thought I was going to have to show him out, but I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out instead. Thanks for the info. No problem. I guess it means I'm allowed to go back here now. Johnny Clean, that has to be an alias. The man is dressed like a janitor but wearing an unusually clean overalls. He's tall, rail thin, and has a cunning look to his eye that says he's more than just a maintenance man. Clearly. Howdy, Shit. Howdy, name's Johnny Clean. You new? Yeah, first time's getting a look at the place. Well, enjoy yourself. This place looks like your type of place. I'm just sweeping up a bit. Right, buddy. Noog. And there's the boss. You know what, I think after we talk to her, I'm going to call it. First of all, I'm getting tired, and two, I think I'm losing my voice. Noog. Covered in glowing magical talismans and fetishes, the troll does not seem fully of this world. He mumbles to himself constantly, apparently participating in several conversations at once, but with entities you can neither see nor hear. Mutter. I told you it's not like that at all. Bring me proof and you shall have it. I'm honored, your majesty. Mutter. That was what I had. You said use the mustard instead of ketchup. Forgive me, Jean. It was a fool. You may peruse my magical wares and see their glory. Yeah, no thanks, crazy man. Miss Kabuta. Miss Kabuta watches you across the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see that she's of mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says this is my house, mess with it at your peril, but her eyes twinkle with a playful light when she speaks. Konbawa, good evening. Just continues on. Konbawa, good evening. Are you enjoying the Seamstresses Union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. She eyes you closely, or is this business? Excuse me. I just need a moment of your time, Miss Kabuta. I have topics to discuss. So, what should I help? And why should I help you? Jake sent me. I'm glad to hear that Jake Armitage is alive again. He lives an interesting life. Very well, if Jake sent you to me, I will help you. What do you want to know? How well did you know Sam? I knew him. We all did. Sam was a regular here. Whenever he could beg or borrow enough nuyen to... I'm still struggling with that word, nuyen. To become altered in some way. Drugs, chips, alcohol. It didn't seem to matter to Sam, as long as he was bent. He was always looking for his next fix. He clung to this place like it was his lifeline, and we treated him as part of the family, even if none of us truly liked him, except Coyote. Did you see Sam on the night of his death? He was here, quite inebriated as he often was. Coyote was working bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy and belligerent with other customers. When I suggested he leave, he refused. My bouncer, Mr. Clouet, was off dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out the back door to the alley. That was the last I saw of either of them. Why is this place called the Seamstresses Union? During the gold rush years, there was a consensus, and the politicians wanted as high a number as possible to gain power and revenue. To bolster their numbers, they decided to include all the working girls, of which there were many to the rolls. However, given the times, they could not list the girls' true occupations, so they ended them all as seamstresses. Excuse me. When a girl accumulated enough money to open her own place of business, she named it Seamstresses Union so potential workers would know they would be treated fairly there. And thus a rich tradition was born. So, you're a former seamstress? No, perhaps when we know each other more, I will reveal more about myself. For now, enjoy the union. One more question. Give me where to find Coyote. Would that I could. I have not seen her in 2 days. She is a smart woman and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. If she's smart, why fear for her? Because she is a dangerous line of work, and there's always someone smarter, more prepared. Her room is upstairs. If you are looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now and cannot be reached on her comm. It is unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have inaction on my conscience. Here's the key. Okay. Well, I think we've got, 7 points. Perfect. Alright. Let's see. What do we want to put this into? Definitely need more for decking. Power of the deckers, expertise in programs in the Matrix. I'm not going to waste it on drone control. Drones are pretty much useless from what I've experienced. Let's see. 2 points into... Yeah, let's make ranged combat a little bit more reliable for us going forward. And yeah, I'm going to save it here. And I think I'm going to call it a morning. So, thank you for joining us this morning on Late Night Video Zelphis Edition while Raffle's away in New York. And tomorrow evening, maybe a little bit earlier when I'm not so trashed, we'll start off again and pick this up from there. So, have a good one, folks.